Do you think that working as a receptionist helped to prepare you for being behind the chair?
Absolutely, because you get to see the money flow. You get to understand commission. When you're right out of school and you're like, I'm going on commission, you really don't understand how much you're making.
Yeah.
And I'll meet stylists that are on commission, and I'm like, do your math, like you're gonna make way more by renting. So I think starting by a receptionist when I was in school gave me a huge look on how everything's run.
Hello, Samantha here with Aqua Hair Extensions, and I am here with our fellow education team, Vanessa, Tish, and Christine, and we are just having a hair chat today. So, ladies, where are you from? Christine, where are you from?
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, but my salon's in Scottsdale.
Awesome. And how long have you been in the industry?
16 years now. Actually, no, I think I'm having an anniversary this year. It might actually be 17 years because I actually got my professional license in January 19th of 20. Oh my God, no, I'm so old, 2006.
Oh my gosh, I love that you know the day exact.
Yeah, January 19th of 2006 because I was a receptionist at Regis Hair Salon.
I love it.
And that's when there was a receptionist waiting who was getting ready to go to beauty school. And she could not start until I got my license.
Okay.
So the pressure was on.
Tish, where are you from?
I am from Plains, Kansas. My salon home is actually in Liberal, Kansas. And I just recently relocated there from Piedmont, Oklahoma. Okay. And it's a small town, so I actually went from a small town to an even smaller town out in the middle of nowhere. Okay. And it's always dusty. The wind blows. It literally looks like a wall of dust when those dust storms come. It's crazy.
That's crazy. How long have you been in the industry?
I have been in the industry for 8 years and part of the Aqua family for almost 6.
Awesome. I love that.
My name is Vanessa. I have been in the industry 14 years. I am currently in Orange County, California.
Okay, very cool. I love that. And how long have you been doing extensions?
So I've been doing extensions just as long as I've been doing hair. I feel like it definitely has evolved over the years. Yeah, and I've been with Aqua since 2016.
Okay, awesome. What all roles have we played? Have we been in commission salons? Are we in a suite? Do we booth rent, salon ownership? Where have you lived? And what are some pros and cons about all of them? You go first, Tish.
For me personally, right out of the gate, I knew I wanted to be a salon owner. I was like, yeah, I want to dive in. I want to own a salon. I want to have people work with me, for me. I want to do all of those things. And I learned, further down the road that sometimes you may get someone in your salon that's not, doesn't vibe with the energy that you want and doesn't really, click with the atmosphere. So I kind of learned a little quicker than most people right out the gate opening up a business real quick, that I'm like, okay, this is not for me. I want to be in a suite. Okay. I want to provide the atmosphere I want for my clients. And I want to be able to control that atmosphere for them without other outside influences within my walls. Okay. And so I think that was a big benefit for me, transitioning from a salon atmosphere and owning it to a private suite on my own.
When I worked at a booth rental salon, the owner at that salon had a really hard time because she had a booth renter who would consistently come in late and the clients would be sitting there.
So awkward.
They'd be upset and they're like, you need to do something. She goes, well, I really can't because she's a
clients
renter.
Don't get it.
This is her business. Yeah. She just rents for me and I can't come down on her. And I think that's where you see being a salon owner and having booth rental, there's only so much you can step in.
Absolutely.
So, and I think that for me, starting off as a commission stylist, it really helped to build that, structure, there's a word for it, it's not coming to
just
me right
I guess build your work ethic and
yes, thank you, your work ethic, but being late for a client, if my client's sitting there when I'm walking in, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm late, I'm so sorry, you're gonna have to sit here longer. But no, coming from commission, there's a place for every type of atmosphere that you're looking for. Commission, booth rental, suite, Like, I feel like I've done them all.
So I can say I actually started as receptionist, then I did commission, then I did rental, and then I became an owner. So I've
Nice.
done.
So, like, you did the
yes,
steps.
I did the steps, and I felt like now it's even evolved even more because I own my salon, I have renters, but I wanted to keep it more tight knit. Like,
Yeah.
you know, because now during COVID, everyone wants kind of like their space. So I actually opened suites on the other side so you can have your own personal little area.
Nice.
So I feel like I've kind of dabbled in everything, and I like where I'm at right now because it's a smaller boutique style where we have 6 stations in the salon and then we have 5 private suites.
Nice.
So
And
I
you
like
just
it.
opened your suites,
I did.
right?
I
How's it
just opened
going?
my suites.
Congratulations.
I love it. I think we're gonna, in the future, we have something set on a larger scale, so I'm excited for that. Scary, but
that's
exciting.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, so I feel like that's kind of like the new thing of evolving with stylists. A lot of stylists want their own salon, but don't want
all
the
the overhead.
attitudes. Or, you know, I have a stylist that works with us who I offered her to come work with us, and she's like, I'm very quiet. I'm like, okay, perfect. Let's put you in a suite. So I kind of adjust everyone to where they fit in.
Absolutely.
And I feel like it works. And I also do an interview, so I'm not just hiring any renters because same thing. You want to all vibe and have the same energy. So I feel like I'm kind of running commission based on renter, and we all kind of vibe and follow the same rules.
Nice.
Do you think that working as a receptionist helped to prepare you for being behind the chair?
Absolutely, because you get to see the money flow. You get to understand commission. When you're right out of school and you're like, I'm going on commission, you really don't understand how much you're making.
Yeah.
And I'll meet stylists that are on commission, and I'm like, do your math, like you're gonna make way more by renting. So I think starting by a receptionist when I was in school gave me a huge look on how everything's run.
And when you're early on in the industry, you have to learn, right? You're not great at anything. Some things you pick up easily, but for the most part, it just takes practice and time. Whereas if you have the energy, if you have the confidence, and if you just have the personality, everything else will come with time. Right? We all had that one stylist in your salon. I have one stylist in my salon. Energy is just phenomenal. Just absolutely loves life, loves clients, is always willing to just try anything, and has been so successful this past year as a very young stylist, just based upon personality and willingness to grow and learn, right? Because the hair and the techniques are going to come, but you can't teach someone personality.
Yes.
So what is something that you would change about the industry if you could? What's one thing you would change?
I would change, well, me being from a small town demographic, the competitive, like,
Yes.
Yeah.
just all the competitiveness and like the clickiness,
That's what I would change too.
shadiness in just the industry, that we don't support each other in small areas and we like to stay competitive. I love having a support system. I love having someone to be like, hey, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I really need some help. Like, what do you do? Like, how does that look like for you? That structure for you? Like, what works for you? Like, picking each other's brains, having someone to support you in the industry that knows the industry. You know, that's why I like being a part of the Aqua family. Like, we are all so supportive of each other.
And we all lift each other up.
Yeah,
And if
even
someone has a
teaching-
question, I love that we have our group chats because it's
Yes.
like we pick each other's brain, and
Yes.
it's like, okay, we got that answer. It's not, oh, she doesn't know that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
and even like
absolutely.
certifying other stylists, like we're there for them, and we don't just say, "Okay, certified, good luck," but we actually have a really good support system with Aqua, and I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say in my salon, I make it a rule that it doesn't matter if I do a client's hair and I see her and she's sitting in someone else's chair. There's some days where I'm not available. I book out like 2 months in advance, and it's okay. And I know that I can have my client go to anyone else, and we're not jealous. There's no hard feelings. It's we all share each other's clients because you know.
Oh, you can't get it.
You'd rather them
I
come
have
to-
a spot on the
Exactly.
beach right- yeah.
Exactly. And there's always new clients. You know what? Maybe that client doesn't vibe well with me, but I'm going to, hey, Tish, I think she'd be great for you. Why don't you try her out?
Right.
And I feel like I've made that huge in my salon that it makes it comfortable. So it's not like, they're competing for a client.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which I feel like I'm trying to shift in my salon.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
Trying
I
to
love that, which
find
is not common in the rental-based salon,
Exactly.
right? In my commission salon, obviously we preach sharing clients because
Yes.
it benefits the entire salon.
Yeah.
But in the rental culture, that's I love that you're doing that.
It's like finding a new stylist is like dating though. Like you
Yes.
gotta try different stylists
Yes.
that, you know, that you vibe
Yeah.
with.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to try them all on at
I
the
mean,
same
you
time,
need to
too.
both vibe. Yeah.
So tell me, what is your craziest hair horror story? Your salon fail. Share some with me.
Mine was early on becoming a stylist, like in school,
Okay.
learning how to use the round brush. I got a round brush tangled in my client's hair so bad.
Oh, no.
I had both instructors that were at that school try to get that round brush out of her hair, and her hair, that piece, that section that brush was in, they got it out, but it ended up it thinned it out so much, like it looked like a bald spot. I felt so bad.
I think mine would be same thing. I think I was still in cosmetology school when this happened, and you know, I was almost done my last semester. I was like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I work in a salon. This guy came in he wanted a full bleach out. I'm like, I got this. I look over and his hair was literally smoking, like it was on fire.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And so we rinsed it out. It literally was on fire, like smoke.
My
Like something that you see
gosh.
on Instagram.
Oh, no.
So we rinsed it out, and I was like, what do you use on your hair? He uses lotion. Like he used lotion and never rinsed it out because he said his hair felt soft. And it was baby lotion.
That's
so there was like a
terrible.
chemical reaction.
Oh my
So needless to
gosh.
say, you learn that in school, right?
Okay,
So-
duly noted.
Yes.
Don't use baby lotion on your
Yes.
hair before you
That
bleach
is
it.
crazy.
It was the craziest
Not want to use it on
thing.
your babies either.
Yeah, and he's like, well, it made my hair soft. That right there taught me, like, do your hair history with your clients.
Right.
And, yeah, those are things we learn.
I was referred a client from like this hot Scottsdale stylist. He's like, you're gonna do her extensions, it's great, it's fine, like she's amazing, whatever the case is. She has eye tips in. And another stylist has been doing them this entire time. She just needs them moved up. And I'm like, easy. Like I can move up an entire head of those in an hour, we're good to go. And she comes in and they're tightened in a way I have never seen before. And they're just tightened at the tip.
And you're talking about the cylinders, right?
I'm talking about cylinders.
Okay.
Yeah, they're only tightened at the tip, and it's just mushed around the base of the hair. And I was like, well, this is really weird. So I'm using my pliers, and I'm having to use a completely other set of pliers that has the needles on the end to open it up. And I'm trying to like push the extension back in after I've opened it. But the cylinders were so sharp, they were like tuna cans, like aluminum. My fingers were cut and bleeding at the end of this service. And I booked her out. I'm like, oh, an hour and a half should be more than enough time. 2 hours, and I still hadn't gotten all of them done because they were put in a way I had never seen before. And she was upset. She was like, you took more time than I thought you were going to take. And I told her, I was like, well, what my hourly charge was, how much I thought it was going to be. And she was surprised. And I was surprised. And bleeding. And I'm like,
I promise I know what I'm doing.
I'm like, but I bled for you. You're
Yeah.
I've earned this, essentially, is what it is. Like, people who donate blood get paid for it. You're paying me for what I just did.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
That is my horror story, and every time I think of her hair, I, like, get shivers, because I will never, ever again.
Yeah, that's one of my worst fears is someone coming in with like a different method that it might be crazy and I don't know how to take it out safely. Like that's my worst nightmare.
That's happened to me before. That's why I specifically say I only work with Aqua extensions. And they're like, well, I still have this brand. And I'm like, okay, well, when you're ready to take them out and start with Aqua, we can do that. Because I had clients who would come in with Amazon hair or like tape-ins where they're like this wide. I'm like, are we getting duct tape? Like, what are we doing? Like, how are we going to put these back in, right? So I made that a rule for my own self.
Yeah.
Like, I will only work with Aqua
On your own.
extensions.
Same.
Yes.
I do
Yes.
too.
Yeah. So if there's one person in the entire world's hair you could do, who would it be?
Julianne Hough.
Julianne Hough, okay.
I love all of her like natural copper dimensions she has going on. And in my area, I don't have a lot of like the redheads and the copper tones and stuff like that. And I love her hair. I think she's gorgeous. She rocks every role she ever plays. I'd love to do her hair.
Nice. Do you guys have a celebrity or anyone?
I would say like Taylor Swift.
Taylor
like
Swift.
someone with a ton of followers, someone they're posting.
Oh yeah.
Yes. She's like, it's all, yeah, that's what I got.
Like the world's knocking on your door the next day.
Yes.
You guys are really reaching for the stars. Like I have like something like a lot like closer. I'm like, if I could do anyone's hair, it'd be Samantha's hair.
Oh.
And let's
Me?
be real right now, because I know that if my boss is asking me to do her hair, like I'm doing okay.
Okay, so how long is the longest you've gone without washing your hair?
Oh.
The longest ever.
I said 2 weeks, but that's after I get a haircut, and like
2
there's
weeks.
something about with short hair where like the more you let like the dirt and product film, not maggots, but dirt and product film, like the better it gets.
Okay.
Well, that's like
2
me.
weeks.
Like I like my hair seasoned because
Yeah.
I love my hair on day like 3, 4 because it looks like naturally messy and dirty and just like a natural wave almost.
Now, when we say
After-
seasoned,
Well,
are we talking like a cast iron skillet where you don't wash it with soap?
Well, no, like I've slept on it for like 2 or 3
that's hilarious.
days.
Okay.
I've done this and that to it, whether I've put it in a braid or I've put it in a bun or whatever the case may be. Like 3rd or 4th day, I'm like, I don't even have to take a curling iron to it.
How long is the longest you've ever gone?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna say like close to 2 weeks.
Okay.
If I'm being honest, like close to 2 weeks.
Okay.
After that, I've got to, because it's so thin, believe it or not, without, these gorgeous locks in here. It gets greasy and flat, and I'm like, nope, I'm from Texas. I have to have big hair. So when I know I don't feel like I'm from Texas, that's when I wash my hair.
Okay. What about you?
Mine's not too bad, like 8 to 10 days. I think 10 was like max.
Okay.
I have like finer hair, and I just like that good feeling of a good, clean scrub.
You know, she
so
said too bad, and we were both at 2 weeks. Like, that's why she's sitting so far away from the couch.
I wish I could go that long.
Yes,
But my
yes.
hair is like so fine, it just gets limp and
Okay.
Me too.
So.
Mine does too, but that dry shampoo, I mean,
Just, makes
it's
wonders.
full of it by the
Right,
time.
Sam, how long do you go?
I go 2 weeks every time.
Every time?
Yes.
That's
the
awesome.
magic,
Yes,
like-
I wash my hair every other week, or every other week is my normal, and the longest is honestly probably like 20 days.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I mean I've just trained my hair for so many years,
Yes.
and I mean I wear a hat every single day. Like every day, you would never, very rarely see me without a hat on.
yeah.
So it's the same trend. When my hair gets blown out, I wear it smooth and straight for a few days, then curled for at least a week down, and then I have a few days of maybe 1 or 2 side braids, and then I go into the low bun, and you can know when it's time for me to wash when I wear like a low tight bun underneath my hat.
High ponytail with your bubble
Or my high
braids.
ponytail with the bubble
Yes,
braids.
I love
That I did go through that little bit of phase without a hat. So yeah,
For me, I know I'll be a grown-up extension educator when I wear a hat.
you graduated.
Like honestly,
graduation, you
me
get
with
a
a hat is like Sylvester Stallone and Rocky. Like
I love it. Tell me one piece of advice, if you could rewind, think back to when you were a baby stylist, one piece of advice you would give to new up-and-coming stylists and or educators in the industry.
I would
Go ahead.
I would say trust the process.
Okay.
Absolutely. Take your time, assist, soak everything in, take in all the education, and it will pay off. Absolutely.
Okay,
I mean,
that's a
to
great
go
one.
off of that, same. Have confidence in yourself. Like even if you have that new service come in and you're petrified, you're like, oh my gosh, I know how to do it, but I'm not sure I remember proper steps to execute it flawlessly. Act like you know what you're doing. Be confident, like it's gonna come. Just
Yes.
have faith in yourself, be confident, and don't second guess yourself all the time. Like just do it. And like you said, like it'll come to you. The motor skills, the repetition that you do, like just fall into it, have that confidence, act like you know what you're doing, even if you don't.
I love that. I love that.
I think it's getting comfortable being uncomfortable, right? Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Like, put yourself in a situation where if a mistake happens, like, it's just an opportunity to grow.
Yeah,
Like,
learn from it.
Yeah, grow, learn from it, make the mistakes so you can learn how to fix the mistakes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because I think it's when you don't step out of your bubble and you don't give yourself an opportunity to fail, then you're not giving yourself an opportunity to rise.
Yeah.
Oh, I
There's
love
always
that.
room for growth.
Yes.
You can't know it all.
And you can't grow from comfort.
Yeah, absolutely. Get out of your comfort zone.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you ladies so much for joining me. I loved our chat. And cheers
Yes.
to 2023.
2023.
2023.
Love it.